Hello everyone, I just wanted to share with you what I do when I get a new pack of tarot cards, how I cleanse them, how I purify them, how I charge them up. So I've got the camera the other way up today, so hopefully I can put this on TikTok, so I'm aiming to keep it under 10 minutes, so it's not going to be long, but I just thought if anyone's interested, let's go through what I do when I get a new pack of cards, because of course you should cleanse them, clear them before you start working with them, because otherwise you could be picking up on somebody else's energy. There could be some negative energies attached to it and all sorts, so it's always good practice. Like when you buy new clothes, you should probably put them in the washing machine before you start. Okay, so this is a new tarot deck, the Moon and Stars Tarot by Jane Wallace, that I got today from Lavender Moon in Poole, as you do. Not that I go there and buy lots of cards. I totally do. Oh my god. So this is gorgeous. I love buying decks that have the guidebook with them as well, because that gives you a bit of extra insight as well if you need it. I don't generally use the book, but sometimes it's nice to look it up just to get some extra insight, particularly if you feel like there's something in the book for you in that moment, or if you're reading for yourself and you're having trouble being objective. Again, the book can be very useful at that point. Or if you're learning, you can learn lots of tips and helpful hints from the guidebooks. So this one is covered in plastic at the moment, which is good because I'm going to actually show you some wet ways of cleansing cards. So I've got my incense burning. Oh, let me just knock the ash off because the ash is getting very long. Look how long the ash is on there. Goodness me, let's just knock that off very carefully. There we go, that was long. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so I've actually got some of my sprays here. I've got my Cosmic Dragon spray, and I've got 3 sprays from Crystal Balance, a lady called Jenny Powell, who's very, very good. She's an amazing crystal healer. So a few of hers. I have the detachment spray from hers, which removes attachments. It's one that sometimes I use at the end of a reading if I just want to close everything down, cut off any energetic ties that I might have picked up, any energetic pathways. This is the Keep Out spray that she gave me to use. I'm not sure if she's selling this one. Sometimes she gives me one she's trialling to try. But this one basically gets rid of any negative energies. Is a brilliant one. Keep Out is literally get out any negative energy out. It's like a bouncer in a bottle. This one's great. And then the Angel Wings, which is a combination of her different sprays that she put together especially for me at my request. So obviously use whichever sprays you have available to you or you're drawn to if you want to use them. Because this is still, it's plastic, I can literally just spray it directly on there. Or what you can do is spray it on your hands and hold the cards. Obviously, if they're not in plastic, you may need to rethink that. Not always the right thing to do. I do have some Florida water here with me as well, which is, I just love the smell of it. If you've never smelled this, oh my goodness, get some. It's so good. It's so nice. Some people wear it as a cologne. It's used in hoodoo, voodoo, and shamanism, recommended to me by my friend who is a shaman, trained shaman, Darcy. Hi, if you're watching. And what we do with Florida water is you get a little bit in your hand. I'm going to try and get a little bit without spilling it everywhere. Just a teensy little smidge like that, and then we clap. Okay, these cards are going to be so cleansed by the time I finish this video. I tell you what, I'm going to cleanse them about 5 times over because I'm showing you all my techniques. So that's another way you can do it, or you could clap underneath and, get someone else to hold them above, or clap next to them, clap around without actually getting any water on the cards. That's possible too. So what we're going to do now is get them out of their box and get the plastic off. There we go. All right. And we'll go on to some dry techniques for cleansing our cards. Now, very often one of the first things I'll do when I get a pack of cards, something I did that was quite cheeky the other day actually. I was in a holistic shop and they had like baskets of crystals, and I bought a pack of cards and I went straight over to the basket of clear quartz and I just placed it in the basket like this, and I could feel the energy coming off the clear quartz. Now, clear quartz, which is this one, will clear and cleanse anything it comes into contact with. It is amazing. So you could literally just put a big chunk of clear quartz on it, leave it for an hour, a couple of hours, overnight, however long you feel, and that will cleanse it. Again, you can put them out in the moonlight as well, on a full moon ideally, put them out in the light of the full moon, and that will clear and cleanse the energy. Another thing that you can do is if you do Reiki or something like that, you can actually draw Reiki symbols, which is something I really like to do when I get a new deck. I will usually draw some Reiki symbols on there with the intention of the Reiki clearing and cleansing. The cards, if you haven't done Reiki 2 and 3, you've only done Reiki 1, you can literally just put the cards between your hands and ask the Reiki to flow, ask it to clear, cleanse, and charge up the cards for you ready to use. Now, if you would like to learn Reiki 1 and you don't have access to that, you can find that on my website, angelwingsholistics.com. I'll put my shop back up in a second. It's been off because I've been on holiday, but you can actually find a basic Reiki 1 course on there for a very low cost. I wanted to make it accessible. So it's what I was actually offering for free during lockdown, during COVID, when everyone was having a really, really bad time. So I actually put it up for free during that time, as kind of doing my bit during that period. It's now on for a very small nominal amount. So there's some things you can do. So we're going to open up our cards. Another thing that I like to do is to cleanse my cards with incense. Now, of course, incense is burning. So my recommendation is not to hold the incense over the cards, it's to hold the cards over the incense, because you're less likely to drop hot ashes and burn them. Okay, so if we're using incense like this, I'm going to wave the cards around over the incense, not the incense over the cards. It's much safer because the smoke comes up anyway. So look at that, it's getting the smoke all around it, nicely cleansing there. There's a number of different incenses you can use. You can use almost any incense to a point. The best ones are probably incenses that are designed for cleansing or clearing. Specific incenses, some of them might be labelled energy clearing, something like that. This one is actually Palo Santo and Florida water, would you believe, in this incense. You can get sage ones. There's all kinds of different ones you can use. So see what you're drawn to, see what feels right to actually cleanse and clear the energy of your new cards. So now we have thoroughly cleared them. And yes, it does work through the box. You don't have to worry about that. We're going to open them up. I do like to have a little bit of a waft inside the box as well, because, just for completeness, we're going to waft a little bit inside the box here. There we go, being very careful not to drop any hot ashes. I'm going to get the book out, waft the book, there we go, pop that there, get our cards, pop them out, oops, get them, waft the incense around here. Don't know how well you can see this, there we go. If I get a little bit in the box, it's not the end of the world. So, and then I do like to clear out the case, the box as well, just for completeness. Just to clear out any last remnants of energy. There we go. Particularly because I do a lot of spiritual work. I go to a lot of spiritual places, and the places I go to, they can have weird energies. Sometimes I go to Cornwall a lot. I go to Bodmin Moor. I go to Stonehenge. I go to Avebury. I live in a very witchy part of the world in the south of England, so the southwest of England. So off comes the plastic that's holding the cards together, and here are our new cards. Now, sometimes cards stick together when you first get them, and it does look like these are going to be doing that. So let's move that to one side. You can see these cards are sticking together a bit in little clumps. So what you want to do, just very, very gently, there we go, very gently give them a bit of a bend and get them to come apart like that. I also like to count my cards when I first get them, because sometimes there's more than you expect or less than you expect. Rarely that you get less. There's not usually, listen to that, that was satisfying. Oh, there we go. It's like when someone cracks your back. It's lovely, like going to the chiropractor. Right. I do always count them, because sometimes there are extra cards, and if there's an extra one, that's a message. So that's the next thing I would do, is I would count all of the cards, make sure that they're all there. And if there are extras, I'll get them out and see what they are, because that's quite special when that happens. So another thing you can do, just to really give them a good cleanse, is fan them out and just run them over the smoke again. So fan them out. There we go. So every single card gets some smoke on them. And that can be necessary sometimes if you get a deck that's had some really bad energies around it. Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes my guides tell me, right, we're going to have to do a bit of a a thorough cleanse with these ones. You're going to have to do, I have literally sat there and done every single card individually, both sides like this, gone through a whole pack of cards because my guide said the energy on them was so bad I had to do that. So see what your intuition tells you, see what you feel drawn to do, because you will know what to do if you listen to that intuition of yours. So okay, we're just about done there. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.